OHL tonight on your TV. Tell me about Walton.
Big Walton, 6'6", carries 220 pounds of frame on him right now. He's got 11 points. This guy's got great vision. He can pass laterally on his backhand, and he can really set up his players with that vision that he has. He's got 4 goals, 7 assists. This guy will be noted when he's on the ice.
Between the two of them. And we are underway here in North Bay. The crowd waiting for a great game between these two teams, and it's almost like Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals as the crowd gets into it. Moses sent one through the blue paint and out the other side. That was just 15 seconds into the first period.
It seemed to spiral right off the blade of his stick, the tip of his blade.
First touch of the game for McIver off the stick of Kieron Walton. Coughlin on the left side trying to keep the puck in deep. Puck is in Coughlin's skates. He tried to move it back to the point, but Shamar Moses intercepted. And here's Ethan Procession lifting it down the ice. North Bay getting their first change.
Many icings, no offsides, and some scoring chances. Both squads. Looks great.
Ride advances the puck to Kennedy, and here's Ethan Procession. Across the line, drawing 2 blue jerseys, brings the puck into the corner. Jackson moves the puck on the right side. And here is Walton on his off wing, drop pass. Kachadelic reverses back to the line. Yules with a one-timer, didn't get much on it, and Owen Van Steensel able to corral the puck and send it down the ice.
Nice defensive play by Van Steensel. Why? He's back in the slot. That's his defensive responsibility. It was good pass interception.
Henderson going to the front of the net for Sudbury, wearing number 77, Greg.
Big number 77.
Centering pass. DeAngelis wearing the full face shield. Shot by Delic is blockered away by McIver. Another stop by McIver. Delic gets the puck again. Finds some room. Can't get the shot on goal. Kennedy getting his stick in the way. Coughlin doing some good forechecking, creating a turnover. And took a right arm in the face by Kennedy.
That's Kennedy just trying to box out, trying to clear the traffic. Here you go.
DeAngelis looked up, took a look, and left the puck behind, and Van Steensel couldn't get to it.
Everybody's calling for too many men on the ice, but
I thought he was going to shoot.
I did too.
There's a shot, doesn't get through. Moses trying to find the puck in his skates. Gets it back to the line to Bronson Ride. Long shot off a skate. Loose puck in the slot. Procession turns and fires. He ripped it over the net, off the glass in behind Krawchuk.
Yeah, he had to elevate it. Krawchuk came out to cut the angle down.
Ride holds the line at the point. Comes back to Bronson Ride and cleared by Rowan Henderson. Henderson gets a stick on that puck to negate an icing. It sends it down in behind Battalion territory. It's Ride on the left side to Smith. Long pass far side for Chukarev, who got his first OHL goal in Brantford. And back the other way comes Kachadelic. Gets over the blue line. Turley took a chop at Delic, and Delic kept on going, and then finally Delic relieved of the puck by Jacob LeBlanc. Richter reaching forward at center. Delic on the left side. Fourth line is out there now.
Spinning. That's a great shot.
Delic off the draw, gets a shot on goal. Big juicy rebound was swatted away by Kennedy, and North Bay brings it to center. Chukarev sends it down. Smith goes after it. Odell shielding the puck, loses an edge. Back to the line it goes. Bouncing puck in the slot area. Chukarev with a backhand. Clever play by Stefan Chukarev. Walton steps across the line, and it's called on the offside. The usual 6 p.m. start time for the Generals on Sunday. And we are underway here for the second period.
Good job, Ranch.
Teams are at full strength. Did not say that very much in the first period, but they are now, and the ice looks rather congested with all those big bodies swirling around, doesn't it, Greg?
It certainly does. The Wolves got some good momentum with the strong kill, and they were able to score in the late stages of the first period, and the Battalion scored a nice power play goal against the best PK unit in the league.
It was a 5-on-3 because one of the Wolves players had lost his bucket, had to go back to the bench to replace it.
That's right.
North Bay exploited that momentary opportunity. Here's Van Steensel, captain of his plays. We saw Zach Bertina get hit in almost exactly the same way.
I remember that, Zach
against the Mississauga Steelheads at the time. resulting in a serious injury. Tantashome trying to walk out from behind the goal. Puck knocked off his stick. Dijon Tommaso has the puck in behind him, and Therrien now after the puck in deep. Trevor Odell neutralized Therrien. Trevor Odell is the other part of the Kieron Walton trade with Windsor. DeAngelis, of course, came over from Windsor, but Trevor Odell was just a 17-year-old at the time, and now has inserted in the first period.
Would they give up 2 or 3 goals in that second frame? I checked the summary, but I can't quite remember. Was it a 4-1 final, I believe?
Puck sent in. Krawchuk stops it. And Walton had snuck in behind the Battalion defense, but he had to straddle the blue line and wait for the slow roller puck to arrive. Here's Nathan Tashome. Off the face-off. Luca Blonda on the ice wearing number 93, and he has got the puck now.
He's their first rounder.
He sneaks past Kennedy, brings the puck in behind the goal. Stripped of the puck, and Moses on the near side. Blonda comes back and hits Moses. Look at the speed that Blonda is demonstrating on the back end. Delic has the puck bouncing on him, and it's poked away from him by Shamar Moses.
You have to play Delic real strong. He's strong on his skates.
Good job by McIver.
The Battalion right now with some urgency, desperation. They're playing well.
11th game of the season for North Bay. This is the 10th game of the season for the Sudbury Wolves. And it feels like a playoff game.
The players realize how important points are early stages of the month.
Delic fires threw it into a crowd in front, hoping for a deflection off a skate or something. It did rattle around between legs and skates for a minute. Tashome sneaks past DeAngelis, chases after the puck. Yules with evasive maneuvers down low, able to get the puck to DeAngelis, who got it out. Ethan Procession being eyed warily by Walton. Now Yules trying to keep him to the outside. Procession maintains possession, gets it back to the line. Enright to LeBlanc. LeBlanc down low. Van Steensel missed it. Procession in the corner. DeAngelis puts the octopus arms on Procession. Gavin Yules comes up with the puck, and then it's stripped from him by Van Steensel. Into the slot for Procession, but he missed it. Therrien chases after the puck in behind the goal. Some good offensive zone time by the North Bay Battalion. And the dump in was intercepted by Kachadelic, and he skates it out to center.
Big time. Proper sticks in the lanes can really prevent some goals here. Sticks in shooting lanes and deflect them out of harm's way.
And now urgency to get to the puck. Van Steensel will, and he hammers it down the ice. So a good start to this penalty kill for North Bay.
I just like to watch, regardless of who's on the power play, the entries into the zone. It's what I did for a living, and it really, you have to pay attention to detail.
Procession was the lone forechecker. DeAngelis slung it back to Walton. They got to the Battalion line, but North Bay's 3 penalty killers were stacked at the line. In their typical formation. Here's Delic across the line. He had nowhere to go, but he maintained possession. DeAngelis near side and is picked off by Van Steensel. Intended target Villeneuve. And his pass, errant. Coughlin stood up by Kennedy, and 3-on-1, 2-on-1. Kennedy's gas. He's going for a change. Shot stop made by Krawchuk. Southern Tier Admiral leans in against Delic. LeBlanc able to pull it back. Therrien had to go off his skate. A near turnover. DeAngelis at his own line to Gavin Yules. Yules holds on to it and tried to get by Bronson Ride. Many have tried, few have succeeded against the big unit, Bronson Ride. 6'7". I think his stick is 6'7". Now here's Tashome. Tried to make a backhand pass looking for Andrew LeBlanc. Puck fired in by Greer. Krawchuk out to stop it. 6.5 minutes left in the second period of a tie game. And Turley has to be careful. He was hauled down. Walton, pass across, scores! Villeneuve! 2-1 Sudbury. And the crowd not happy.
At center ice, there's Turley falling down to the ice, and this is the quick transition. Walton, as I mentioned about his vision before, he can't seem to pass through the first time, but he stays with it, and he was able to seam pass it over to
Ethan Procession. Puck came in. A bit more ice out there now for both teams. Procession to Kent Greer. Greer with a pass. It was to Procession. It was in his skates. He couldn't field it. And Kieron Walton across the line. The Winnipeg Jets prospect slings it back to DeAngelis. Down low. Kachadelic wheeling around the offensive zone. Delic still has it. Being watched by Ride. Kept to the outside. He can't do any harm from the outside. Cuts back. Cuts again. Doesn't drop pass. Leaves it there for Walton. Walton did a good job to keep it away from Van Steensel, because Van Steensel was thinking of picking his pocket.
That's puck possession right now.
Walton at center. Steps across the line. Unable to split the defense, but Delic with a shot. Going blocker side, and he missed by about 10 key face-off. Delic wins it, gets back to DeAngelis, but it jumped over his stick. 4-on-3 for about 30 seconds. Coughlin brings it back on his side of the red line. His pass into the skates of Procession, and Procession power forward move to the front of the net. Procession stopped by Krajcek. Procession got the puck back to Bronson Ride. That was a chance for Van Steensel, and he ripped it wide of the net. Kennedy back on the ice for North Bay. 5-on-4 for a minute 20. Delic behind the goal. Kennedy out there with that long reach. He's paired up with Bronson Ride on the back end. Procession and Van Steensel up front. Delic with a shot, and it's stopped by McIver. Delic gets it again, reloads, drops for DeAngelis with a shot. That one punched away by McIver into the corner. DeAngelis takes it on the backhand, and his pass to Delic off the mark. Underway here in North Bay. Wolves with a 2-1 lead. Teams are at even strength. Fresh sheet of ice and some urgency for the North Bay Battalion. They can't afford to let Sudbury get the third goal. And here's Kachadelic. He may have different ideas. Took a swat at the puck, didn't get much on it. Henderson in the corner. Delic is thrown to the side by Bronson Ride.
That's the way you need to finish the check on number 13.
Shamar Moses drifting in. Here's Van Steensel. Scores! Comes back to the line. DeAngelis fires. Stop made by McIver. Rebound was there for Villeneuve. DeAngelis winds and fires, and he wired that one just wide. They score! McIver couldn't come across in time, and Walton gets his 5th of the season, and we are tied once again.
Well, good things happen from 60 feet away. DeAngelis was able to keep this puck in play in the offensive zone. Here it is here. He one-times it off the kick plate behind the net. Beautiful 360 spinorama. We talked about Walton off the top of the broadcast, how he's so creative and he's got great vision.
Kennedy and Nathan Tachome turns and fires. He had no support and had few options.
His fuel tank's running empty.
Kachadelic caught from behind by Shamar Moses. Moses steals on the back. Driving! Shot off the goalpost by Van Steensel. Moses putting on a clinic here with his puck handling skills.
Well, Laird gets credit with that goal from LeBlanc. And Carey gets the secondary assist for Ryder Carey.
Moses tried to go between the legs, looking for a highlight reel goal. Moses gets it again, leans, fires, and stop made by Krajcek.
Nice.
Here's a skater, Tarian, through traffic. Never afraid to go into a crowd. That puck changed direction off a Wolves defender's stick. Wraparound attempt, trying to stuff it in was LeBlanc.
Good effort by LeBlanc into the dirty areas. It's not easy to do.
Greer, Tarian tucks, holds, fires. Delic pulls the puck back, Gavin Ewell sends it around Ferrand on the near side. Got by
7 Battalion and 31 for the Wolves.
Kennedy chases after it. There is no icing on this one. Kennedy now being checked, but here's a chance for the North Bay Battalion. They got their top line out there. Tashome, or Moses rather, poking it ahead. Walton, his pass off the skates of Ferrand, and Delic on the backhand driving, loose puck in front, and Steensel got there.
That was a good play by Delic. What all he wants to do is
his shift. Delic across the line. Enright trying to keep him to the outside. Walton, who has tied the game, in pursuit. Procession has nowhere to go, so he goes back to Enright. Aaron Enright, the former Renfrew Wolf, moves the puck to Procession. Ethan Procession sends it in and will go after it now. DeAngelis had his stick lifted, and Ewells was there to recover for DeAngelis.
Good effort by Procession to lead the way in the charge and the forecheck, chip and chase.
Walton pokes the puck to the left wing corner. North Bay trying to break out. Van Steensel reaches back for the puck, gains the red line, and rolls it in ever so softly. DeAngelis is going to take a hit from Moses. Had to take the hit to make the play. In front, and Van Steensel just out of position. Would have had a shot on goal. To the red line, fires in, and then he was hit hard as he got rid of that puck. Lost his stick and now heads back to the bench. The physicality has not subsided in this game. Here's Procession going wide around Odell. Tried to find Therrien with a pass. Back to the line. Kennedy wide, set, fires. He hit the goalpost behind Krawczyk.
That puck was still rising as it.
Off the face-off, Walton gets it out to center ice. Kennedy to his defensive partner, Bronson Ride. DeAngelis sends it down the ice.
Real easy in late stages of this
Centering
period.
pass to the front of the goal, and Shamar Moses was
Work ethic plus, creating opportunities from their hard work, keeping the goals against down.
Villeneuve waved out. Walton takes his spot against Ryder Carey in a battle for the puck. Carey sends it in behind the goal. He'll have to go after it. Nolan Jackson rips it off the glass and out to center. Amadovsky down low to Ryder Carey, the first player chosen by North Bay in this spring's priority selection. Wearing number 11. That's a big jersey to fill for Ryder Carey. That was worn by Liam Arnsby for the previous 5 seasons. Here's Laird. Carey is with him. Amadovsky on the backhand. Tight button hook, and then he's demolished by Coughlin. Amadovsky shakes it off. Tips the puck just wide. Amadovsky shielding the puck from Jackson. Spins away. Walton puts the full force of his 6'7" frame onto Amadovsky and drives him into the ice. Turley at the line. Laird sets, put it right into the skates of Braden Bruce, and now a race for the puck. Turley engaged with Coughlin.
I think it's Hlinka Gretzky. Ivan Hlinka. I had an opportunity to play against him. Wonderful player he was.
It was a shot from behind the goal line that McIver had to be careful with, and he redirected it out to the point with his pad, which is a pro play. Comes to the side of the goal. McIver down, couldn't put the trapper on it. Comes back to the line. DeAngelis through a crowd, and the puck did get through. But when your dad fought one of your coaches, that's an interesting dynamic.
Hopefully he doesn't penalize his ice time.
Puck is behind the goal. McIver spinning, trying to see it.
What's going on here?
And a penalty.
Have that good chemistry. Try to get that puck first.
Face-off won by Sudbury. Long shot. Didn't get through. Walton cycles it for Villeneuve. So Walton and Villeneuve up front. Ferrand and DeAngelis now forced in a defensive posture. And here, some good skating by Greer. And he's known for that. Nice pass to LeBlanc, and he ripped a shot wide. Van Steensel swing and a miss by the former Elgin Middlesex Chief.
Even if you have to turn back with it.
Holds the line. Good job by Van Steensel. Ahead for possession.
It's all about possession. So if you don't see what you, if you don't like what you
Ahead
don't
for Andrew LeBlanc, who stays out there. He has to be careful because he's been out there a while, and now he's headed a beeline for the battalion bench. Braden Bruce, the former Markham Major, ahead on the right side for Delic, who stepped out of the penalty box. And Bronson Ride, of all people, leading this rush one-on-one. And got the shot on goal, went after his own rebound, but now he's 200 feet away from his own defensive zone. Puck fired in. We're approaching the final minute of the third period. Kennedy evades a hit by Delic, and here is Van Steensel. Long pass. There are two battalion players, Therrien and Procession, parked at the Wolves blue line. Therrien battling. He's lost his helmet, and so he'll have to go off. Your stick. Off the draw to the line. Gavin Yules retreats. He'll want to reset. Ferrand and Walton are with him.
Got a fistful of 44s on the shot clock.
Ferrand trying to get around Therrien. That's a bit of a mismatch. And Ferrand lost an edge. A mismatch in that Therrien is not a defenseman.
Good job by Therrien taking big Ferrand down. His big size difference.
Greer. He's a smooth skating defenseman. Slings it back to Therrien. Carey is out there as well. Shot. Right pad save by Krawchuk. He was at the top of his crease and kicked out that right pad. And Walton gets the big legs moving.
Yep.
Like a freight train down the left side. Pass in front. Over top of the net by Ferrand. Amadovsky to Van Steensel. 2-on-1. Blonda is back. Shot stopped by Krawchuk. Walton back the other way. A little bit less steam in his legs after that rush. Cuts to the middle. Takes the shot. He scores! Walton in overtime. Waves to the crowd. His second goal of the game. A 4-3 win for the Sudbury Wolves. What an effort by Kieron Walton, the Winnipeg Jets prospect, and a mob scene.
Let's take the replay here, Range. Watch the big Walton, the left-handed shot. He's going to come right over into the slot area. Goes against the grain. What does that mean? He brings the goaltender from his left to his right, and then he shoots back to the left against the grain for the game winner.